This documentary is called The Evil Within, the story of Ted Bundy. This idea came from Bill. If anyone else has a suggestion on a documentary you would like me to write, please let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to get the documentary to you on my channel. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Ted Bundy was an American serial killer who murdered at least 30 young women in the 1970s. He was born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont. Bundy was raised in a middle-class family and was known for his good looks and charm. He attended the University of Washington in Seattle in 1966, where he became involved in politics and was seen as a promising young Republican. Bundy's first known murder was committed in 1974, when he abducted and killed a young woman in Seattle. He went on to commit a string of murders in Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, and Florida, often using his good looks and charm to gain the trust of his victims. He would often pretend to be injured or disabled in order to lure his victims into his car, where he would then assault and kill them. Bundy's victims were often young, attractive women with long brown hair, which became known as his type. Bundy was finally caught in 1978 after being pulled over for a traffic violation in Florida. Police officers found suspicious items in his car, including a crowbar and handcuffs, and he was arrested on suspicion of burglary. While in jail, Bundy was linked to several murders and was eventually charged with 2 counts of murder in Florida. Bundy's trial in Florida was highly publicized and attracted widespread media attention. He acted as his own attorney and was known for his charm and eloquence in the courtroom. However, he was eventually found guilty of the murders and was sentenced to death. Bundy was executed by electric chair on January 24, 1989. Bundy's crimes and his charming demeanor have fascinated and horrified people for decades. Many books, documentaries, and films have been made about Bundy, and he remains a subject of interest in popular culture to this day. The following sections provide a more detailed overview of Bundy's life and crimes. Ted Bundy was born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont. His mother, Louise Cowell, was unmarried at the time and gave birth to Bundy in a home for unwed mothers. Bundy's father's identity is unknown, and he was raised by his maternal grandparents for the first few years of his life. In 1951, Bundy's mother married Johnny Bundy, and Ted took his stepfather's last name. The family moved to Tacoma, Washington, where Bundy grew up. Bundy was a good student in school and was known for his intelligence and charm. He was also an avid reader and had an interest in politics from a young age. Bundy attended the University of Puget Sound in Tacoma for a year before transferring to the University of Washington in Seattle in 1966. He studied psychology and was involved in politics, becoming the chairman of the Washington State Republican Party's Youth Committee in 1968. Bundy's first known murder was committed in 1974, when he abducted and killed a young woman named Karen Sparks in Seattle. He went on to commit a string of murders in Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, and Florida over the next few years. Bundy's crimes often followed a similar pattern. He would approach young women and ask for their help, often pretending to be injured or disabled. Once the women were in his car, he would assault and kill them. Bundy's victims were often young, attractive women with long brown hair, which became known as his type. Bundy was able to evade capture for several years by moving around frequently and changing his appearance. He would often grow a beard or wear different disguises to avoid being recognized. Bundy was also skilled at manipulating people, including law enforcement officials, which helped him to evade capture for a long time. Bundy was finally caught in 1978 after being pulled over for a traffic violation in Florida. Police officers found suspicious items in his car, including a crowbar and handcuffs, and he was arrested on suspicion of burglary. While in jail, Bundy was linked to several murders and was eventually charged with 2 counts of murder in Florida. Bundy's trial in Florida was highly publicized and attracted widespread media attention. He acted as his own attorney and was known for his charm and eloquence in the courtroom. However, he was eventually found guilty of the murders and was sentenced to death. Bundy was executed by electric chair on January 24, 1989, at the Florida State Prison. His execution was witnessed by over 200 people, many of whom cheered and celebrated his death. Bundy's crimes and his charming demeanor have fascinated and horrified people for decades. Many books, documentaries, and films have been made about Bundy, and he remains a subject of interest in popular culture to this day. Some experts have suggested that Bundy's crimes were driven by a desire for power and control, as well as a need for attention and validation. Bundy was known for his charisma and his ability to charm people, which he used to gain the trust of his victims and manipulate those around him. His crimes have been described as both heinous and tragic, as they robbed many young women of their lives and left a lasting impact on their families and communities. In conclusion, Ted Bundy was a notorious serial killer who murdered at least 30 young women in the 1970s. He was known for his good looks and charm, which he used to gain the trust of his victims. Bundy was able to evade capture for several years before being caught and eventually sentenced to death. His crimes and his charismatic personality continue to captivate and horrify people to this day. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest videos. Thank you.